This week, our vowel sound is short O. We already learned that short O says ah like octopus or off. When you make the short O sound, your mouth gets really big. Ah. You can think like when you go to the doctor and they look in your throat. Ah. Or like an opera singer. Ah. We learned that the spelling pattern is consonant O consonant. Today and this week, we're going to learn some other ways to spell the ah sound. So the main new spelling patterns we have are AW. It looks like ow, but we don't say the W. Those two letters come together and make the ah sound. AL, when those two are together, it doesn't make an A sound. It makes the short O sound. Ah. AUGH, that's four letters that come together to just make one sound, ah, and OUGH, ah. Our book this week is called Jet and the Boarding Kennel. This is a book about Ben and Ted, who have been in a few books with us so far, and their dog, Jet. And the owners, the boys, Ben and Ted, go on vacation, so they need to put their dog somewhere. We will learn the important words for this story, and we'll talk about the vowel sounds. So first, let's practice with I say, you say for our vocabulary words. I say, you say. Boarding kennel. Reservation. Flaws. Stall. Lawn. Straw. Trough. This is a funny word because there is no F letter, but we do make an F sound at the end. Let's try it again. Trough. Brawl. Distraught. Sought. Crawl. Okay, now stop the video and think about what is the vowel sound in each word, and I will show you the answers next. Are you ready to see the answers? Click to the next slide here and you'll see I added the vowel sounds. In boarding kennel, I picked the word kennel. Kennel says like egg, short E. Reservation says like egg, short E. Flaws. The AW is a short O sound. That's one of our spelling patterns this week. So flaws says ah like octopus, short O. Stall says ah like octopus, short O. You can see our spelling pattern for this week, AL. Lawn says ah like octopus, short O. Again, our spelling pattern, AW. Straw says ah like octopus, short O. AW pattern. Please be careful, don't make a W sound. It's just straw. You end the letter or the word with an open mouth. Trough says ah like octopus, short O. That's our spelling pattern this week, OUGH. Brawl says ah like octopus, short O. Spelling pattern AW. Distraught says ah like octopus, short O. That's our spelling pattern AUGH. So we don't say G sound, no H sound. It just says ah. Sought says ah like octopus, short O. Spelling pattern OUGH. Crawl says ah like octopus, short O. Spelling pattern AW. Okay, now let's learn what these words mean and a little bit about the story before you read the story. Our first word is flaws. I say, you say. Flaws. Flaws are problems or something that is not good. And in this book, we are talking about dogs. So here's a picture of some bad dogs and a good dog. The sentence says, some dogs bite, that's this picture, or get scared, that's this picture. These are flaws. It's a problem if your dog bites or hides. The dog in our book is named Jet. He is one of the characters. Jet is a good dog. He has no flaws, so no problems. I say, you say. Boarding kennel. A boarding kennel is a place that pet dogs stay when their owners go on vacation. So if somebody goes on vacation or on a trip, they cannot bring their dog. The dogs need to have food, water, and outside time. You can think of a boarding kennel like a dog hotel. So in our story, it says Ted has a dog named Jet. Ted brings Jet to a boarding kennel so he can go on vacation. Usually, boarding kennels are safe places, but the boarding kennel in this story has a problem. I say, you say. Reservation. Reservation means to save a place or make an appointment. And in the picture, you can see somebody is writing down a day and a time. You might know this word for restaurants. In some nice restaurants, you can call and tell them dinner at 5 for 4 people. They will save a place for you. That is a reservation. If you go on a vacation, you make a reservation, maybe at a hotel. You also need to do a reservation if there's a boarding kennel for your dog, because you have to make sure they have space. So the sentence says, Ted makes a reservation for Jet at the boarding kennel. He calls the boarding kennel and tells them he will bring Jet. The boarding kennel will be ready for Jet. I say, you say. Stall. Stall in this story means one cage or small area. You can see in this picture, there are many dogs, but they are not together. They are in different stalls or cages. Think about when you go to the bathroom at a place like school. The bathroom is for many people, but you don't all go to the bathroom together. There's different stalls for each toilet. So we can also use stalls to talk about the bathroom. But in this book, we're using stalls to talk about where the dog stays. So it says, in the boarding kennel, each dog has a stall. The dog can sleep in its stall. The dogs should not be together because sometimes dogs fight. Okay, I say, you say. Lawn. Lawn means grass. Remember in our book, The Farm, we had the vocabulary word lawn mower. That was a machine to cut the grass. So lawn means the grass, this green plant. Our sentence says, Jet is a good dog. He does not run on other people's lawns. In the United States, when people have a pet dog, they don't leave it outside to run around. Usually they live inside, and then the owner takes the dog outside with a collar around the neck and a leash to hold on to the dog. So Ted is a good dog owner, and his dog, Jet, does not run on the lawn of other houses. I say, you say. Straw. Straw is hay or dried grass. And you can see in this picture, the dog is in straw. Usually we use straw for farm animals like horses, not for dogs. But that's one of the problems in this boarding kennel. The sentence says, the boarding kennel does not have nice dog beds. They give the dogs straw to sleep on. So this is not a nice thing for Jet. I say, you say. Trough. This is a tough word because it looks funny, and there's no letter F. You just have to remember an F sound at the end. So let's try it again. I say, you say. Trough. A trough is a long dish to feed many animals. So in the bottom picture, you see some goats eating from a trough. In the top, there are some dogs. Usually these are used on a farm. The sentence says, the boarding kennel gives the dogs food in a trough. All the dogs eat from the same big dish. Then the dogs fight. So this is another problem in the story. When you have many dogs together and they all have food to share, some dogs don't want to share and they fight. Jet is a good dog. He did not want to fight. Uh-oh, that brings us to our next word, brawl. So now you say it. I say, you say, brawl. Brawl is when there are many people or animals fighting. So a fight with more than two. This picture shows a dog brawl, many dogs fighting. The sentence says, the dogs get into a brawl at the food trough. There is a big fight. This is scary for Jet. He does not want to fight. I say, you say, distraught. Distraught means very sad or worried. So we have a picture of a distraught child and then a dog who maybe looks distraught. The sentence says, Jet does not like when Ted leaves him at the boarding kennel. Jet feels distraught. You know a dog feels distraught sometimes when they make sounds like, oh, oh, oh. So that is probably the sounds that Jet made when he felt distraught. I say, you say, sought. Sought means looked for. It's actually the past tense of a word seek. Maybe you know the game hide and seek, where one person goes 1, 2, 3 and closes their eyes and other people hide. Then they seek, they look for that person, those other people. So to say that in the past, we say sought. Jet wanted to leave the boarding kennel. He sought or looked for a hole in the fence so he could run away. I say, you say, crawl. Crawl means to walk low to the ground. So usually that's with babies. So here's a picture of a baby, and it says babies crawl before they can walk. In our story, Jet has to crawl under the fence so that he can run away from the boarding kennel. Jet crawls under the fence of the boarding kennel. That is all of the words for our story. So now you can practice on Quizlet. Thank you.